So we have some breaking news right now. The Ayatollah of Iran has been pronounced dead by both Israel and the United States, with several sources coming out and saying that this is credible information. Now, mind you, at the same time, Iran is officially denying that the Ayatollah is dead. And if you don't understand how politics work in Iran, the Ayatollah is like the king of Iran. He kind of has veto power, and then you have an elected body, a president, etc., who kind of do the day-to-day running. So he is the spiritual figurehead of Shia Islam and of the country of Iran. He is a very big figure, not just in Iran, but also in the world of Shia Islam in Iraq and Yemen, etc. In fact, Yemen has declared that the Red Sea will be closed to all port traffic. Any ships coming and going will no longer be allowed into the Red Sea. Now, let's get into some of the possible replacements for this man, because taking out the Ayatollah, who always, as is considered a hardliner by the West, but in reality, he was actually much more of a moderate than his predecessor, and he was always open to negotiation with the West. With his assassination, you could now have the hardliners from the IRGC having much more power and control, and we've already seen this since the announcement of his death, that they launched a massive barrage of ballistic missiles towards Israel, some of those missiles actually making it through the Iron Dome defenses. So I'm going to go through each one of the most likely candidates to replace the Ayatollah, and I've graded them on their hard line scale. Let's take a look. So, Iran's supreme leader successors, potential candidates, and hardliners. Mojtaba Khamenei. Now, Mojtaba is the son of Ali Khamenei, the guy who was apparently just assassinated. He's 56 years old. He has close ties with the IRGC, and he's probably the biggest hardliner of all of these potential candidates, and he's also the most likely to be taking over. He follows his father's hardline policies, controversial hereditary choice with modest theological credentials. So this guy is apparently not well versed in theology like his father was, but he's favored by the IRGC because he will give them power. Now, the IRGC is the Revolutionary Guard that protects the revolution of Shia Islam being dominant in the country. He is most likely the continuity candidate due to family connection, but he does lack executive experience and strong theological standing. He could face internal regime resistance to hereditary rule. Then you have a Ayatollah. Now, this is a bona fide theologian in Shia Islam, Al-Reza Arafi. He is a seminary system chief, member of the Guardian Council and Assembly of Experts. Now, that's key. We'll get into that in a second. He leads Iran's seminary system with strong clerical credentials. He's a little bit less on the scale of the hard line, but he is still considered a hardliner. Strong institutional power across multiple bodies. Lacks black turban indicating descent from the Prophet Muhammad. Now, in Shia Islam, they wear a black turban to say that they were a direct descendant. He wears a white turban to say that he is not. Trusted by conservatives with broad religious credibility. Then you have Ayatollah Muhsin Araki. He is an Assembly of Experts veteran, so he's on the board of 88 Assembly of Experts. This is 88 people who are considered to be experts in theology, and they are in and of themselves at the highest level of an Ayatollah, which means sign of God in English. Longtime assembly member with theological influence and institutional experience among conservative circles. He ranks 8 out of 10, so a little bit less than the previous two that I just mentioned. Decades of experience in the assembly of experts, strong support among hardline conservative factions, lower public profile than other candidates. So, he's not as well known amongst Iranian civilization. Then you have Ayatollah Ghulam Hussein Mohseni Eji. He is the Chief Justice of Iran. So he is considered a fairly hardliner. Former intelligence officer. He has strong security apparatus, ties to the political elite, connections appealing to hardliners. This guy has connections with Iran's secret police, with their intelligence community. He is most likely going to be a very favored candidate of the IRGC for a couple of reasons. One, he has that connections to the IRGC. Two, he is very favorable to the committee of experts, and he will be a very strong voice to lead the country in this time of war. Controls judiciary with extensive security background, deep connections to intelligence and enforcement apparatus, known for strict enforcement of conservative policies, and that's why this makes this guy one of the lead frontrunners to become the next Ayatollah of Iran. Then you have Hojat al-Islam Mohsen Komi. This is Khamenei's key advisor, trusted insider serving the Supreme Leader's office with close links to current leadership and offering that continuity that they are looking for. He is not as well known. Again, he is considered a hardliner at 8.5 on the scale of 1 to 10. Ultimate insider with direct access to the power center, so he knows all the key players. Lower theological rank than the Ayatollahs, and this is why I don't think that he will be the next Ayatollah, simply because they like to pick from the group that already have status of Ayatollah, represents continuity of Khamenei's policies. Then you have Hassan Khamenei, grandson of Ayatollah Khamenei. Now, you see that he's wearing the black turban, revolutionary founder's descendant, emerging as a potential moderate option to ease domestic and international tensions. So this guy is the only moderate on the entire scale of 5 out of 10. He's one of those guys that believes in having some reform in Iran, prestigious lineage as revolution's founder's grandson, and he could face opposition from hardline IRGC elements. So that reason alone, now remember, we're talking about Khamenei and Khomeini. These are two different guys. The founder was Khomeini. This is his grandson. Okay. Now you have Ayatollah Hashim Hosseini Bushiri, Qom Friday prayer leader. So this is big. Qom is a holy city in Shia Islam. Assembly of experts member with high religious visibility in Qom, less frequently mentioned but does hold some standing, and he is considered much more moderate than some of the other candidates here at a 7.5 out of 10 on the hardline scale. High visibility through weekly Qom Friday prayers, so a lot of people know who this guy is throughout Iran. Strong religious credentials and standing. He is a dark horse candidate with lower political profile. The key takeaways here are most candidates score 8+ or higher on the scale. Continuity is likely. CIA assessment, IRGC aligned hardliners favored in succession. Hassan Khomeini is the only moderate at 5 out of 10, and the Assembly of Experts will be selecting the next Supreme Leader soon. So here's my opinion on this matter. I think that the best guess scenario is the next Ayatollah of Iran is going to be this guy, Ayatollah Ghulam Hossein Mohseni Eji, or you're looking at this guy here in Khamenei, who is his son, at a 9.5, simply because of the fact that he is the now the presumed dead Ayatollah's son, and he has very close ties to the powerful IRGC, and this is most likely the guy that is going to end up taking over. And the reason why I say that is because the IRGC is going to be putting a ton of pressure on the committee of experts, these 88 guys, to give their guy, who is going to be a hardline military establishment style guy, and that is Ali Khamenei, his son Mujtaba. So Listen, follow me for more, guys. We'll continue to break this down as the United States has just gotten into a horrible quagmire of a war. I'm guaranteeing you right now, this is a country of 90 million people. This is a country that has tens of thousands of ballistic missiles. They may not have the Air Force we have. They may not have the Navy we have, but what they do have is terrain, missiles, and people. They fought a 10-year war with Iraq where they sacrificed 1 million of their own people in that war, and they would not give up. I don't see them giving up now. And this is very dangerous because if the IRGC leadership feels like they've got nothing to lose, they're going to throw everything, including the kitchen sink, at the United States and Israel. And electing a super hardliner like Mujtaba, who just had his father assassinated by Israel and the United States, we could be in for another 10-year, multi-trillion-dollar, multi-tens of thousands of U.S. lives and probably hundreds of thousands of Iranian lives wasted, all because we decided to fight Israel's wars once again. Subscribe, like, and share this to everybody you know.